Warning. Warning. UFO detected.
Hello, my name's Olivia, and I'm not here really as NagafenofIvalice, I'm here as myself. No real joking about today. I thought I'd relax and just play a game of, well, UFO, Enemy Unknown. For those who don't know or confused why that sounds somewhat familiar but doesn't at the same time, UFO Enemy Unknown is the original title for the game that most people know as XCOM, UFO Defense, as it was called in America. The XCOM part came a little later, but it's basically part of the XCOM series of games, strategy games where you fight aliens and get in UFOs to do cool shit. It's pretty neat, and I like it, at the very least. So we're going to pick the English language, because unfortunately I'm not an expert in Deutsch or Francais, as my visits to neither Germany nor most of France indicate. I have been to France, but it's ended poorly for everyone. So, UFO, Enemy Unknown. I like that title more than UFO Defense because it's just cooler. I mean, personally for me, like, Enemy Unknown sounds slightly eerie, like, you don't know where they're coming from, you don't know where they are gonna strike, and you don't know who they even are. But they are the UFO. I like XCOM as a series. I think UFO is a cool title. I know XCOM's a little more original, but it's just me. So we're going to play a new game. We're going to do it on Veteran. Not because I'm actually any good at it, but just because that's, I guess, the normal difficulty. Not too easy, not too hard. And as I say, I'll probably do another run for it. This isn't a full let's play of the game, it's just a see how far I can get thing. That's how I play XCOM. How far am I gonna get? Unless my entire squad get wrecked in like the space of one mission, in which case I may slightly restart. Because that would be more beneficial for us as a playthrough, in that I don't have to restart a part several times for you to get progress. So, a brief bit of background while you enjoy this 1994 era 3D rotoscope geoscope. By the way, this is actually called the geoscape, so that's our world map. The year in the game is 1998, to my knowledge. Or, well, it's 1999 here, but it was 1998 apparently in the original release, which is weird. Wikipedia lied to me, as per usual. After the failure of, yes, get this, the Japanese Kiryu-Kai forces, Japan's Mechagodzilla apparently couldn't defeat the might of the aliens. And that may sound bad, but the original name for the first Mechagodzilla, I believe, is Kiryu. So it's either that or they sent like the gangster from the Yakuza games to deal with these aliens, and it didn't go according to plan. Alien abductions have been on the rise, and they've been abducting shit like no tomorrow. So in actual fact, what's happened is, as I say, the Japanese and many other countries try to set up their individual defence forces to deal with the aliens, and the most well known, because it's said on not only the Wikipedia, but the UFO Defence Wiki, was the Kiryu-Kai Japanese forces, and within 5 months of testing, they ain't found shit. So it turns out, maybe if we all united together, we might catch something. So after a world summit in like Geneva or something in 1998, now, on the eve of 1999, we begin the first alien war. Because we've banded together to create, I believe, the extraterrestrial combatants, or, you know, group, I believe they're called. Though, as you might have guessed, extraterrestrial combatants forms the titular protagonists of the series, XCOM, which is what our organisation will be called. And it's a pretty rad name, so why not? So, I've always wanted to move to Canada, but can I solve? Can I do it? Okay, yeah. I always wanted to move to. I promised I'd meet someone I know in Chicago. So for the sake of this run through, we're going to Chicago. And the base name. Well, it's me, so. Now, for some reason, I named my previous one this, so I'm just going to name it this. I'm going to name it after everyone's favourite thing. Can I do that? Yeah. I'm going to have to come up with what that acronym names, because I've literally no idea. But I'm going to call that Sheena. Those who've played Resident Evil, a reference for you there. I don't think anyone appreciates that. So, how the game works, we're in the setting up phase, because I ain't doing shit in this part of the game. Let's go to bases. Is you basically go around in you send your interceptors out to shoot down UFOs. You then send your... Let me see if I can check. There we go. You just send your Sky Ranger out with your troops to go land and maybe steal some shit from them, maybe kill some aliens, you know, do what have you. But of course, I'm going to do things a bit differently. I once watched a playthrough of XCOM, which, I know, I keep calling it XCOM. I once watched a playthrough of UFO Defense, which had a very good point, shall we say, of how to set up your base. Because there's a way to set up your base that's optimal in case you get invaded, which is pretty much going to happen. But it will mean doing something very stupid to some people. We are going to sell, or we're going to sack our 2 interceptors. Yep, that may be stupid. And we're going to dismantle both hangars. So this is going to mean we can't shoot down UFOs for the time being. This may seem ridiculously stupid. You'd be somewhat right. What we're going to do is arrange our base so that the hangars are up here, and that anything that we place down here is more than likely going to be one of these small compartments. I've heard that aliens will usually invade through access lifts, so the more spread out your hangars are, the more likely that they're going to get in random bullshit places. So setting up your hangars to be in a neat line, probably at the top, is a good idea. So, what we're going to do is build a facility. We can build a hangar here. Top left, top shelf, up here, and there we go. So, let me see. Put that there. I don't think we need... Alright, fine. Cost 200,000. Sure, why not? We'll put both hangars here as I have two interceptors before. What do we have? We have a living quarters, a laboratory, a workshop, and a general store. And as I said before, this is a setup episode, so don't be surprised if the action really gets going in the next one. As I said, I'm not very good at this game, but we're just doing stuff. Just setting up so we don't die straight away. Laboratory. Do we got a lab? We got a lab. Workshop. We have a workshop. I'm going to add a large radar system, because that would be great. I'm going to add add a missile defense because I'm just ridiculously stupid and not just like filling everything out with everything. Do we have a general storage? General stores? Yeah, we do. Access lifts. And even though we don't need it yet, I'm probably going to put this here anyway, so I don't have to worry about that shit later. Alien containment. So there we go. We got one of every facility, and we need that. We're also in North America, so that's where we're going to be doing a lot of our shit. I know, I'm from England, but as I say, really want to go visit Chicago, and I guess I thought the only real way I could was building a combative alien base in the middle of the city. What am I like? Also, this is apparently a secret base. I don't know if we're beneath Chicago. We are Chicago. We have become Chicago. Unless, do we have any scientists? Yeah, we have 10 scientists available. Okay. So we're going to start off with... Right, this is, I'm going to start with laser weapons. I really, start off by signing all of our scientists to that straight up. Progress unknown. We'll see. I guess in the game cause enemy unknown, we're gonna have a lot of unknowns. Also, we're not gonna manufacture much because we don't have anything to manufacture yet. We haven't researched anything. Let me see. Equip craft. Sky Ranger. Sky Ranger has everything so far, but for now, do we have anything left? We might as well just equip everything on it. As I say, I'm not an expert in XCOM, so my experience is just put everything on there. Also, we have all of these people who we're going to have fun renaming. Now, I was gonna rename it after people I know. I might still do that, but I'll wait till they see this and they pitch up or pitch in their names, because fuck it, why not? So in the meantime, the one name that I got contributed I've literally forgotten, so I'm just gonna name these after video game people, I guess. So we have David Taylor. It's a very interesting name. For now, David, I think I'll name you... I'm trying to think if Guile ever got a surname, because David Taylor sounds like such an American name. Oh, we'll just call you Guile. Guile to the rescue, I guess, in this case. We'll see if to press enter and then okay for this one. So, just Guile. We have Mikhail Andyanov, who's, I assume Russian, but I do apologise to anyone from the Eastern Bloc. Could be anything. So, Pytor, good old capital S, Pytor, Rasputin. Because the people who wrote X-Men thought, Rasputin, that's Russia, right? I miss you, Colossus. Colossus was a cool guy, mainly because he was a Russian guy who painted. Oh yeah, and he was built like a brick shithouse, but he just painted, you know. I guess you have to find the time between stopping tractors with your massive iron body. Gunter Ulbrich. You shall be Unter. There's not really that much difference, but I think I've heard one or two people with the name Unter. I just like that name. Unterbrecht. Oh, Unter, I feel you guys are going to go places. So far we've got the most American. America's interpretation of mutant Russians, and some guy, Scott Yoneland. Well, it's clear what, you know, if we have Scots, oh, he's gonna die so hard. No, okay, no, we're going with that. Scott Scummers. XCOM is... He is, you know, just Cyclops, but with a very, very backwards cap on, just living it up large. Leonid Belov. Leonid? You know, I saw The Illusionist. We'll go with Leopold. Leopold. What empire was the one in The Illusionist again? No one knows what I'm talking about, maybe, but that film, you know the one with the Hulk and Paul Giamatti. Leopold Giamatti. Go for it, Leopold. Bring me good fortune. Another Scott. This one will of course be Scott Steiner. Papa Pump, as it were. Victor... Oh jeez, we got two brothers! Victor and Grigory Zadanovich. Oh, games designers, what are you like? Victor Freeze. I have to save my wife by killing people. Remember when that was Mr. Freeze's motivation? I have to save my wife. Remember how heart-wrenching and sad that was? And then no one cared. After a while he just started robbing banks because fuck it. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're just comics where he's robbing banks, he doesn't give a shit about Nora. Anyway. I guess I'll just have Victor Freeze, but I'll also have his actual name, which is... And I'm legit serious on this. Victor Fries. Because it could become Freeze. There we go. That's how we know. I'm not sure if I care if any of these people die. Which could be bad. Okay, we have 10 engineers. All our scientists are doing shit. We have 8 soldiers who are just ready, raring to go. And we got stuff. We're getting there. We need more defense, apparently, but no, it's cool. Okay. Anything else? We're doing alright for money, surprisingly. Purchase. I'm gonna wait for the interceptor because see, no free hangers for purchase, so we can't really do anything anyway. Soldiers cheap as shit, really. We don't really have much that I'd want. As I say, I usually just go in anyway with my basic stuff, and I get wrecked, obviously. I'm not gonna say I don't get wrecked, but there isn't much there that I want or need. Bar more scientists, I think. 10. Yep, 10 scientists. And 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, they'll spend half the budget. Fuck it, why not? There we go. All the soldiers and shit we want. Let's head back to the geoscape for a bit. Remember, this is a game where you kind of have to bear with it for a bit. UFOpedia. Anything we need to know? UFOs. Nope. XCOM craft. Oh wow, they have little drawings. I've genuinely never tripped that. Tube transport, the fastest of its kind with vertical takeoff and landing, VTOL capability. I really like the fact that I now know what VTOL or VTOL is, because I didn't when I was young. Oh wow! I feel like I'm reading one of those 90s books where they imagined what the future looked like. It was just like robots and putting out global fires and space stations made of multiple levels of revolving disc. You know the books, I mean. But I do like the comical little X. Like you're a secret organization that just paints your logo onto whatever you fucking want. Combat aircraft with dual pulse detonation engines and specially shielded electronic systems, the best available Earth-based technology. Stingray, avalanche cannon, tank cannon. Okay, rocket pistol. Let's go. Okay. Armor piercing. Okay, yeah, we got all our stuff. That's. I'm alright for now, I guess you'll say. Heavy weapons, platform, base facilities. Yeah, we're good. We're good for now. Let's briefly save our game here. I'm gonna save over the first run and literally call it the same thing. So, this is the first run, and we are just on Chicago, aren't we? That's as far in as we can go. So we're literally like maybe half a mile outside Chicago, next to a lake, as you do. And we're just smack dab in the middle of the US. And if this map is in any way accurate, holy shit, did I just like forget how north Chicago was. I don't know why, I thought it was on like the closer to the southern west side. Maybe I'm thinking of Seattle. Maybe I am. Nonetheless, let's see if we can skip ahead a little, just so that we can get a little bit of our stuff. So it's now the second center on the UFO. So we found a UFO, but we can't do anything. We can't do anything. We have to bear in mind as well, the shittier you do, the less likely, or the more likely your funding is going to get pulled. Like, look. The ones who are giving the least are Canada, even though we're literally a few, like, for fuck's sake, Russia's giving us the second most. We're in the USA, and Canada are giving us less than Russia? What is this shit? Okay, we got scientists? We have 10 scientists, and we have a bunch of soldiers. So, okay, 5 seconds. Yeah, alright. Okay, 5 seconds, by the way, reduces the time back to the regular time limit, so you won't accidentally continue skipping for everything. So, let's go to our base. And soldiers. We have a bunch of new people, including girls, and that's radical. So, how many people can be loaded onto the Skycrawler? Or the Skycrawler, Innocent Ace. Also, research. Good. Laser weapons, good. Also, that means I'm going to put everything, every other scientist, into researching the motion scan. I know you're thinking, why not use the medikit? I genuinely don't often use the medikit. Mainly because when you get hit in this game, you're basically usually dead. You're fucking dead. That's it. That's brutally, honestly, what happens. It's depressing, I know, but that's just the way it really does go more often than not. Now let's load up some people onto the craft. Let's see if I can load any more people. Okay. We can load a few more. But for now that'll do. Michiko. I have a feeling that might be a lady, mainly because this is the era where gender-neutral names may not have... to be fair, I have played this game and there have been times where the names have confused me. So we're going to rename a few more of our soldiers, and then maybe if people want to, I'll rename a few more later on. So, let me see, Maria Davies. It's Maria Davies. You shall be... Maria Hill. Everyone's favourite character from the Avengers. You remember Maria Hill, right? No? Okay. I think Maria Hill is in the film. Maybe. Shigeru Okabe. No, I believe your name is, No, fuck it. Kiru. Is that spelled right? For now, I'm just gonna call you a name that I can spell, so I feel less bad. Kyosuke Nanbu. Kyosuke Nambu. Not Nambu. No, just Kyosuke. The mysterious Kyosuke. That's the only name you have. It's the only name you need. Gennady Petrov. Now, the surname is one that I've seen used more in media with female Russian characters. The first name is throwing me for a loop, so I'm gonna say there's a character in Batman just called Echo, who is, I think, Russian, who just appears and randomly does some bullshit, and then Batman's like, no, don't do that, and then she's like, sorry, I have to do that. Let's do my power, you know. So I'll just call you Echo, whatever gender you might be. Michiko Ishii, you shall be Mahoro Ando from Mahoromatic. The manga I initially regretted reading, and then at the end I was like, huh, well, that threw me for a loop. Excuse me while I cry into this pillow for about an hour. Another Gennady, what the hell? Ganados. That's the only name. Your ability is to make a giant squishy tentacle thing come out of your head. There's another Resident Evil reference. And Galina Samus... That's a mishmash of names. Give it credit, the name generator here going nuts. Galina Samusenko. Okay, you will be... Gallia Valkyria. Because I kind of want to play Valkyria Chronicles, but I probably never will. Okay, there we go. So, let me see. We have 22 days until the hangars install, and even then we have to order the sky crawlers. I keep calling them sky crawlers, interceptors, to fit in them. Again, I know it's stupid, it's not probably the best setup, but this is the best setup to prevent base invasion, to my knowledge, being as scattered as it could be. Like at the moment, even though there will probably be more access left, this one right here is the one that we'd have to worry about, and that's good. So for Dell, I think it's a good setup and a good place to leave it. Now, as I go save, I hope you'll join me next time for some more UFO, Enemy Unknown. And as always, I'll see you next time, but perhaps we'll finally get into a bout, and perhaps we'll die horribly. Until next time.